Alright, and we're back. Thank you for standing by, my friends. I have Yeti to run out of good ice puns. It's a dangerous business for me making it's a dangerous business for me making any puns during the stream because every joke I make during the stream removes a potential joke from the pool that I could take from for the start of stream joke. So maybe it benefits me. Maybe it benefits me not being particularly quick on the draw with them in the moment all the time. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. I think every stream except 4 of them have started with a pun. The first 2 didn't, because that tradition hadn't developed yet for the first 2 streams. And then I think there were 2 test streams that I did. Or 2 streams that started off as kind of equipment tests, and I didn't bother starting either of those with a pun. There are a couple streams where we were doing collection inventory, and I didn't start those with puns either, just because they weren't like regular streams. So if you include those, then there are several more. But I think there have been 4. I think there have been 4 video game streams that started without a pun. First 2 didn't because he actually wanted followers. What happened to the crown? Oh, I took it off. I was messing around with my inventory items to see if I was sliding around too much, because because I had messed something up in the inventory. And while I was doing that, I took the crown off. I thought maybe you lost it after so many falls. I mean, I definitely deserve to, right? That is shockingly difficult. It is shockingly difficult to do those short hops. Oh, I thought maybe that was free. It still could be. It still could be free. I don't know that I've ever seen Jump King slide and fall in that splat position like that before. When he reminds me, when he's in that splat position, he reminds me of a Sour Patch Kid. He kind of looks like the same shape as one of those candies. I thought maybe you had finally finished him off. Is Jump King really the king if he spends more time falling than jumping? Hey, sometimes if you want to jump, you gotta fall. You gotta crawl before you walk, and you gotta fall before you jump. I'm headed out. Have a great night/morning, everyone. It was good to catch up with you, Frownie. Take care. Take care of yourself, Sir Rack of Lamb. I've missed having you around, and I hope that you hang in there, and we'll get to see a lot more of you when you make it through to the other side. But thank you for checking in, and be well until next time. Mercenary Cobra, welcome in. Jumping without falling is called flying. Fall before you jump, yeah. You gotta crawl before you can walk, you gotta fall before you can jump. You weren't supposed to think about it, Nado. It was just supposed to sound like it made sense and go unquestioned. I'm an overanalyzer. Uh, you cannot know the greatness of going up without going down first. It's the, you know, all those brutal experiences of falling. They're what, they're what make those, they're what make those precious few times when we make a successful jump so glorious. No. Ah. I I I feel like I should be making it. Whoa, that's scary. What's going on up there? That's not going to be the end of this path, is it? That might be where the end of this path is. The DLC ended in the Dark Tower. Will this end in the tower? I'm not actually looking for an answer, just to be clear. But I have a strong suspicion. That would be shockingly quick if we made it up to the end already. No, yeah, why shouldn't it be shaking? Really, I should be surprised if it weren't. I don't know if I can stand on that green thing or not. Don't mind me. Oh no. No. Hey, Moosesters, welcome in. Did you always have a crown? The crown is new. Um, I got the crown when I beat the DLC. So the crown is new. The stream is called First Playthrough because on my first playthrough of this game, I wandered off track very early on and ended up on the DLC path, and I just beat the game for the first time last week. Um, but I beat the DLC. I still have never beaten the original game, which is what we're working on now. But I got the crown when I beat the DLC, and so I get to wear it now on my journey through the original game. It's interestingly enough, it's an item I'm able to equip and unequip at will. I don't know why I would ever want to take it off. I did take it off earlier, um, because I was experimenting, but it's a reward for doing things out of order. I think you probably get the crown for reaching credits for reaching the credits anyway. I just happened to hit the credits through the DLC first because I'm a stubborn fool who even when I learned I was on the wrong path refused to back down from it. To my great detriment. It was greatly to my detriment that I stuck stubbornly with the DLC path. Uh, it was a horrific nightmare. You are a chaos king. Oh. This is very much like that like the Dark Tower and the water section under it where like, you know, when you fall you go way back down. Like This is a way back down sort of experience. I'm happy to finally see some different levels. I have the feeling you were stuck on the same 3 stages for ages. Oh, I was. I very much was. I didn't see anything new for the longest time. But it's just at the end of March, I came back to the game because like I played the game very, very inconsistently for a very long time. Where like I was only playing it like usually once a week at the most. And I was taking long breaks from it every few weeks. So I played it real inconsistently for a long time. But at the end of March, I made a new commitment and I said I'm going to play it every single night for 2 hours. And we did that. And it completely changed my experience. I got so much better at the game and I got so much further so quickly. I was the dumbest man on the planet for the way that I played it for so long. I mean, I know for a fact other people have done the once a week approach and it's worked for them, but it didn't work for me. I know, like I've spoken well with at least one other person who if I remember correctly said that they played it once a week. And he beat it, so it can work, but it didn't work for me. And I did it that way for way too long. I gotta play it every day. Your perseverance is inspiring. Thank you. Thank you. That's it's really all I have going for me is my perseverance. It's the only thing that gets me through games. I'm not very skilled or very talented, but I'm very, very hesitant to ever give anything up, so... I can usually make it through most of the stuff I start. Even though I don't always enjoy the journey. Welcome back, Tuesday, by the way. I think every time I've come back and checked the stream, you've been on this exact same stream at the top of the screen at the top of the chapel. Well, I have been making progress Tuesday. I have seen other stuff. It's just it's one of those situations where it's very easy to fall back into the same spot. But I have made it higher than this. It took me 3 weeks to beat this boss in Super Meat Boy Forever, but I was just thinking, Frownie would keep going. I mean, I talk about giving up all the time, but I'm too stubborn. Like on my playthrough of Jump King, I must have said 100 times a night that I was never gonna play it again. I would talk about giving up all the time, but it's all just the despair talking. Uh, it was always lies because I'm very bad at giving stuff up. Even when I desperately want to. Okay, we can stand on this. No! There we go. It's very epic up here. No! It gets my heart pounding up here with this epic music going on. No. Oh, yuck. Let's go! Victory! Thank you for the GGs and the celebratory emotes. We beat the main game. That's 2 Jump King victories 2 nights in a row. Oh. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Thank you, my friends. Thank you very much. That was faster than expected. Well, the thing was, because somebody stop him, Frownie is absolutely unstoppable. We had to play a lot of the main quest in order to even accomplish the DLC. So only about like a third of what we did tonight was new material. And, you know, I'm really on fire to as much as I can be from that other victory. So it was faster than expected, but I didn't think clearing it tonight would be impossible. I didn't want to say anything and jinx myself. But I did think it was possible. Oh, thank goodness. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. You jumped expectations. Oh, all right. Oh, that feels good, my friends. You're all done with Bubsy now. Yeah, we're done with Bubsy EpiPen. We cleared... I did the first 3 Bubsy games, and I know there's a few more out there, and I might do them someday. But, I mean, we got a 1 credit clear in Bubsy 1 on the Super NES. I got 2 1 credit clears on Bubsy 2. and we did 100% run of Bubsy 3D, like the ultimate 100% run. So, um, I did all the rockets. I did 200 atoms on every level, even though the game doesn't even track those. I did all the bosses damageless. I mean, there's not there's we're pretty I pretty thoroughly squashed the 3 Bubsy games, so we're done with those for now. Bubsy's completely done. Yeah, there are a few more Bubsy games out there, but I Angelus, welcome in. You beat Jump King. I did, Angelus. I actually beat it twice. We beat the we actually I actually beat it for the first time on Friday, but that was I beat the DLC. And so tonight we went back and did the original game, and I just beat it. So this is actually my second Jump King victory. And we've got one more. We've got to do it one more time. I'm guessing that's a clip Tuesday, but it's blocked. Even clips get blocked in the chat because all links do. If you want to whisper me, if you want to whisper that, I can. You're on. I'm guessing that you're on fire, Conqueror Worm. Some of the emotes won't show up in my browser. I think my Chrome is out of date. But I hope you had a great stream, Angelus. Thank you very much for the raid. How did Alf go? What Alf game were you playing even? Because there's a lot out there, aren't they? Aren't there? I'm guessing. Yeah, no worries, no worries. It's completely my fault. Well, it's not completely my fault. It's the fault of my computer because my Chrome is out of date and I can't make it update properly because I'm using a 10-year-old laptop. I think is the problem. So I can't see some of those emotes. They just show up as this weird generic blob. Alf is its own. Well, see, that's what I was wondering because I know there's a C64 game called Alf that's not related to the TV show. Oh, it's its own genre. But I didn't know if this was, or I don't know. There is a game called. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I thought there's a C64 Alf that's not related to the TV show. Playing it for the Master System, after having no idea what to do, I used a walkthrough, and even with the walkthrough, the game was still irritating. Oh. Frownie uses retro laptops too, the ultimate retro streamer. I should figure out when this is actually from. My laptop, it's a second-hand laptop, and when I got it, it had Windows 8 installed on it, I think. It's from whenever Windows 8 was new, I do believe. I blanked the hard drive and put Linux on it instead, and that has been an adventure. There is a C64 Alf, but it is related to the TV series. Just not that great of a game though. I have a hard copy, Mercenary Cobra says. All right, I should look and see what it is I'm thinking of because I thought it was Alf, but apparently it's something else. I'm just misremembering. But I thought I had looked up a screenshot of Alf and and thought, "Oh, that doesn't look like that looks like it has nothing to do with the show." I mean, I guess if it's a C64 game, it could just look so janky that it that I wouldn't recognize it as something from the show. I guess that's a distinct possibility. Sometimes C64 games are kind of rough. I beat it though, Angela says, because I don't want that game hanging over my head. I can relate to that. Ah, thank you, Tuesday. The clip of the second win. And I think you're the one, Tuesday. You made you made the clips from last night too of the finding the babe and then the win. So thank you. Thank you very much for that. It's beautiful. I'm sitting here on stream watching my own stream back. Is that not just peak narcissism? I never beat it because by level 3 or 4 the AI is so good. There's so many dead ends. You will get caught if you do not play perfectly. I find I have that trouble. I have a lot of trouble with C64 games like finishing. I mean, a lot of C64 games you can't finish because they're arcade type games that just loop forever, right? But even the ones that like have a set number of levels and a definitive end, it's real. I find it real hard to finish C64 games. The difficulty like in those games just goes to the moon at the end. Yeah, they're so tough. I like to play some pretty hard games, but C64 games are just out of this world. Yeah, the Commodore 64 puts the NES to shame with difficulty. It really does. It really does. It puts everything I've played to shame. It is tough to finish C64 games. Finish Cauldron. That I remain proud of. I don't know that game very well, but if it's on the C64, I know I've got to say hats off to you. Uh, I wonder why that's the case, Nato says. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Dragon's Lair on the C64 is a punishment like Frownie has never seen. That would be interesting to check out because I've actually been thinking because you can get Dragon's Lair on a lot of different consoles. Like I know there's an NES, there's a Super NES, there are Game Boy versions, there's a C64. I've been tempted to like try and tackle a whole bunch of Dragon's Lair versions. I don't know if I'm cut out for it. I don't know if I'm good enough to beat multiple versions of Dragon's Lair, but it has been something I've thought of that I've thought could be fun to attempt. All right. So that one my first playthrough was 92 hours. My second playthrough 4 hours. I think I brought my PB down significantly. I think that's an improvement. uh, so let's take a look at I'm curious. I didn't see anything that looks like a branching path. I'm curious what happens when we click on these. Sacrifice crown, remain a king. I don't know what that means. Dragon's Lair on the C64 isn't that bad. Once you know the inputs, it's not terrible. I cleared both that and returned to is that Singes? I don't know how to pronounce that name. Or Sing? Return to the Castle. It's a fun game. Yeah, probably, yeah, to start the new game. If I hit this, it takes us back out. Keep your crown and find your own way to the other world? Oh, hang on. Yes. Oh. Crown, magic crown. So, okay. So I think if we sacrificed our crown, it would start us where the DLC picks up. This is the first time I've seen the start stream, and I just now learned this isn't actually retro. Oh no, it's just retro in style. Yeah. It came out just a few years ago. So well, would you call games like this neo retro? I usually just call them throwbacks. So the thing is, we're in a weird situation here a little bit because there are two. So the other babes, this is the DLC. And we accessed the first DLC. I just found it by wandering through the world of the game. Is how I found the first DLC. I don't know, I assume you can find the second DLC in the same way. But I've beaten the game twice now and I didn't see any indication of it. No, Tuesday. I don't think I want you to explain it to me yet. We can go inside the tent? I didn't know we could do that. I think that my guess would be that we probably can, and I just missed it because there's still stuff I've missed in this game because we need to have 10 silver coins to make a purchase in the DLC area, and I've only ever found 9. So already there's something, like I know there's something I missed because I've missed a silver coin. I think we just need to play around. I think we just need to dive back into it, and I just need to explore the map and see if I can find the second DLC. I just want to see if I can find it on my own. Um, we're not going to do that tonight. I think one Jump King victory in a night. Well, you know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we'll just explore a little while. Why not? We've still got some time, and we're not going to have another. We're not going to have another victory. Um, but that doesn't mean we can't look around. So yeah, I'm just gonna look around and see if I can find any indication of where DLC 2 might be hidden. It'd be good practice too. Hey, Sark. Great to see you. Hope you're well tonight, my friend. I got good news, Sark. I beat Jump King again. I beat the original game. So we've done the original game and we've done DLC 1. All that's left is the part you keep telling me not to do. I'm gonna disappoint you though. I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna try and find and complete DLC 2. Hey, thank you for the raid, Sark. Very much appreciated. Friends of Sark, welcome to Jump King. How did your stream go tonight, my friend? What were you working on? What were you playing? Was it more? It's probably more Siphon Filter, right? Am I right? And if that's the case, was it badged? Frownie, no, it's not worth it. Yeah, Frownie listens. Mercenary Cobra asks. I try my very best not to. Siphon Filter 2 is badged. Just in time for my week off. You're taking a week off. Hopefully under positive circumstances, a vacation or something pleasant. I would hope. I hope you enjoy your time away, my friend. You will certainly be missed. If anyone's earned a break, though, my goodness. Sark, for anyone that doesn't know, does retro achievements and is a colossus of the hobby. I have had the pleasure of watching him tackle some extremely jank and brutal games. Always a good time. Kind of. Gonna be at Pulse's place for the week, so I'll technically still be streaming, just not on my channel. Ah. So, you know, drunken shenanigans and all that. So undoubtedly, undoubtedly some good times ahead. So I have a feeling that this blue bird is a spoiler bird that now exists to show me the way to DLC 1, even though I've already completed it. I remember there being one bird. I don't remember there being two birds. You were right though, Sark, about the base game being no problem after doing the DLC, because it took me 90 hours to beat the game for the first time, and then to beat the original game after doing that. It took one night. It took 4 hours tonight and we were done. So it went considerably faster. Yeah, I already beat the original game. I beat the DLC Friday night, and then tonight I started the original game and we've already beaten it. So now I'm I'm starting for the third time. I'm does it say? Yeah, attempt 3, because I'm gonna look and see if I can find DLC 2. And I think the game would show me, but I'm where it is if I selected it from the menu, but I'm gonna try and find it on my own. I have no idea where it might be, so I'm just gonna have to. I'm just kind of playing randomly and looking around right now. Yeah, I'm searching for. Yeah, I'm starting the search for DLC 2. I didn't select it from the menu though. I selected New Babe Plus from the menu because I didn't really understand what I was doing. So, like I said, I think this bird might be leading me to the DLC, but if it is, it's leading me to the wrong one. So, no spoilers here. I'll have to go find it on my own. DLC 1 I found. DLC 1 was easy to find though. It's so easy that I found it by accident and got stuck on it. Hey, we just had a new follow. I will preserve your anonymity if you would prefer, my new friend, but thank you for coming on board with us. I appreciate that, and hope you're having a wonderful evening. So this is interesting. That blue bird up there has a gold ring, but I still have a gold ring in my inventory from the previous playthrough. So I don't even need that bird, right? I can just walk right up here. But this guy's just going to sell me shoes that I already have, so there's no point in that. Two gold? What? What do you mean 2 gold? I've misunderstood something. Alright, well, ignore everything that I said. As usual, I'm wrong. So, I selected New Babe Plus. My my save file situation may be in disarray because I so when I started the game for the very first time a couple years ago, I just went to new game, right? And then I played on that same save file using the continue feature like you would do until I beat the game. But I didn't beat the regular game. I beat DLC 1 and didn't beat the regular game, but it deleted my save, and so the second time when I restarted it, continue was gone, and so I just went to new game and I beat the regular game. But even though I went to new game, my inventory carried over from the previous game. And just now, after I beat it the second time, which was the original game, I went here to Other Babes, and I started here at New Babe Plus. And it asked me if I wanted to sacrifice my crown or not, and I told it no, and it said find your own way to the other world. And I was like, I'm okay with that, because I would rather find my own way anyway. So hopefully the second DLC can be found this way. If it's not accessible, from starting this way, then I may be in for a world of pain. I'm not sure how to explain without it coming off as a spoiler. I guess, I mean, so my plan was just to stick with it, this, even though I knew I kind of selected maybe the wrong thing, and just see if I could find considering how quickly Frownie is demolishing this game now, this confusion is probably the only thing that's going to make this game last longer than another hour. I mean, as long as it is possible for me to find the next DLC the way that I've started it, even if there's some confusion, I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with being confused and maybe not doing some stuff right, as long as it's possible. To actually find and access the second DLC. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but if the second DLC can only be accessed from the main menu and not the in-game world, then I might be in trouble and I might need some help. But as long as that's not the case, then I'm all right to struggle and be lost and such for you know, however long it takes. I'm not gonna pretend to be I'm not gonna pretend to be confident about DLC 2. I'm I am very much afraid. I am very much afraid of what's ahead of me. I didn't see an entrance to DLC 2 along the main game path, so well, that doesn't mean it's not there, but I was allegedly looking for the DLC 2 entrance as I played the main game, but I don't know that it's even that it even branches off the main game. It could branch off the other DLC for all I know. This is different. Okay, so on our first 2 playthroughs, this light was not here before. This beam of light is new. But this area is not new. Oh my goodness. I just made it up here a moment ago, and now I'm super struggling. I wish I could remember what this place looked like before. You would think that I should be pretty decent at this area because I've only traveled through it 300 times. Oh, I figured out what the snake ring does. The snake ring is good for moving in the snow. It's still slippery, though, so it's really not. Yeah, even after winning twice in a row, back to Greenland. This place does feel like my destiny. Oh, wait a moment. See, here's a problem from doing stuff all out of order. So I figured out what the snake ring does when we went back to the original game, but I didn't use it because it felt like it would have been cheating since I shouldn't have had it on our original game playthrough. I didn't want to give myself any advantages. But here's a big problem coming up. If I can make it up here, I can. Well, yeah, it negates the snow, but it's still super slippery. So it still has all the same disadvantage of the slipperiness, but it will let you reposition in the snow. So here's a problem. On our first playthrough, I found a salesman who wanted to sell me something for 10 silver coins, and I found 9 of them. And our inventory rolls over, so I still have 9 coins. But the coins from the previous playthrough respawn. So now I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to have 10 coins. But I don't deserve 10 coins, because I never found the 10th one. So, like, that also feels like cheating. Maybe I'll demand 19 coins. Maybe, because the other guy demanded 2 gold. And that didn't seem right. Maybe I'm panicking too early. Alright, let's turn this ring off. I'm more curious about the bird you skipped. Oh, the white bird down there? I don't think that bird serves any purpose. It's just there to show me the way. Is it possible that I'm supposed to collect the coins across multiple runs? I mean, I can't say it's impossible, but it doesn't feel right to me that would be the case. I shouldn't have turned that snake ring off. We'll keep the bird moving along. Ooh, this is not good. Hey, Christian Cool, welcome in. I think the odds that I remember which coins I found before and which I didn't are going to be very slim. Neither of those were new to me though. I'm positive I got both of those before. Oh, that was higher than I wanted to jump. No. That was further than I wanted to fall. Reminds me of the Mumbo tokens in Mad Monster Mansion. There's two tokens that share the same ID, so if you collect one, The other one disappears. I didn't know that. You can collect both if you load them in first before collecting either one. How odd. No. All of my 100% playthroughs are now invalid. Do you count the 100%? Do you count the Mumbo tokens for 100%? Because the game doesn't track them, right? And there are more than you need for the transformations. It looks like there might be an opening over here on the left. Cool. Now, you know what? I don't know if I found this on my first playthrough of this area. This coin, I think, might be new to me. I think I might have never made it over here. Which feels really silly, because this area here is really obvious. A mailbox with the label complaints on the side. It seems to be overfull. Behavior report. 302. Loud snoring noises. Complained of food 2 times. Ruling added sentence of 1 month for bad behavior. Farted loudly every day. Definitely in order to provocate. 2 weeks in the... What? It's going too fast. I can't read everything. Makes a lot of noise constantly. Shouts at the guards. Added sentence of 4 months for bad behavior. And plan relocation to cell 309. Huh. I don't think I made it over there before, but I can't be sure. It was so long ago. It was so long ago. Literally years. Never really have, but if I'm counting the stop and swap cheats, then I kind of have to include the Mumbo tokens. Fair enough. Ah. I thought there might be something there. it was worth a look. Mad Monster Mansion is a level, Angelus, in the game Banjo-Kazooie. It's the name of one of the worlds in that game. I'm normally not super picky about, like, like, I like to 100% things, but I normally don't go out of my way for items that the game doesn't individually track, unless unless we're looking for atoms in Bubsy 3D. Yeah, Mad Monster Mansion's a good title. It is kind of surprising there isn't a standalone game with that title. Can't help but think about broken this game has made Frownie. He might enjoy every game he ever plays from here on out. That's kind of what I thought that's kind of what I thought Dr. Evil Knievel was gonna do to me. That is kind of what Dr. Evil Knievel did to me for a while. I was feeling I feel like my extremely positive reception of Bubsy 3D had to have been helped along by Dr. Evil Knievel, right? It couldn't just be that I'm desperately in need of help. Of course, just walking off the edge there wasn't ever going to work. That text printed really fast. It's like that text was anticipating that I wasn't going to read it, but was trying desperately to be read nonetheless. And so it started printing extra fast, but it was still all in vain. Why is this coin so difficult? False text document. When it finally occurred to me how to do it, it was so obvious. Oh. I know where the entrance to the second DLC is. It's got to be behind that door that's in the water area, right? Yeah, this is the False King's, yeah, whatever. I don't remember what it was either. False King's lair, throne, tower, something like that. Yeah, fair enough. False King, false document. No, that's what I was trying to avoid. Landing back in the Ice Palace. I mean, you're always trying to avoid downward progress, right? Of any kind. I didn't check that pocket this time. I did it twice in a row. I was pretty shocked as we did the as we played through the original game tonight. Um, I was pretty shocked at how difficult the segment that combines the deep snow and the wind, like how much more difficult that was than either the snow or the wind sections over here in this area. Like that was actually, and I had even done that part before on our I'd even done that part before, but it was surprisingly difficult compared to the sections over here where the wind and the snow are separate. And the Blue Ruin, the ice section in the original map was that was really tough. That was way tougher than the Ice Palace over here. I couldn't figure out because I couldn't figure out for a long while how to deal with the slopes in that area. The button mashing technique that's required to like stop your momentum was really tough for me to wrap my head around. Not that it's really hard to pull off, but it was hard to think to do it. Because I'm so used to holding and planning my jumps that to just mash like that was so unnatural. I thought that might happen. That's alright. We got the bird. I don't even know why I'm chasing this bird right now. I don't think there's really a reason to do it. But may as well. I'd hate to get up to the top and see that I should have been chasing it all along. Because of something I've forgotten about. If not for the flimsy crown, I'd still think you were trying to conquer this area. I have a lot of pride wrapped up in that flimsy crown. What's that bring us to? 15 coins, so I've collected 6. Bet the magic crown gives you more pride. They're about the same. I mean, the magic crown I had to fight more for, but in a way, but I mean, that was on the way to this one, so really all the effort I put into that one counts toward this one too. Hi again. Okay, so let's see what this is. That's a nice crown you have there. You want to trade it for something. Not for trade. I see. Anyway, tell me if you find something you want. What? You want these huge boots? That's funny. They probably won't fit you, but I won't stop you from buying them. 19 silver. Okay. So, yeah. So it added the 10 that respawned to the 9 that I already had. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Alright. I didn't want to cheat the game. I didn't want to cheat by having roll over silver make life easy for me, you know. That's a real nice crown you've got there. Truly something to rest one's eyes on. Did you find it in these ruins? I can't say that I have heard that expression before. Oh, that's something to rest your eyes on. Zergling insults the crown, and suddenly all the NPCs are complimenting it. No. Oh. That hurts. What a leap. This area will never not make me feel incredibly tense. It's so tough. Uh, oh. This area sure does love the reset. I mean, what area doesn't? Oh, that hurts because we were so close. We were so close. I got so lucky for such a long time though. I had so many falls that didn't fall back out into this area. Like I was living on borrowed time, so I deserved to be down here a really long time ago. I can't complain that much. It does really hurt that it should come when I was like one jump away from freedom from that area. I was basically as close as I could be from safety, as close as I could be to safety, and then fell all the way away from it. stomach is growling. I should have brought some snacks for the stream after all. You know, if they want me to never find the entrance to the second DLC, all they'd have to do is hide it in that pink area. And I mean, I'm not bold enough to explore that area for secrets. Hiding it there virtually we're basically guarantee I'm never gonna find it. I'm not really looking for the DLC entrance right now, so much as I'm actually just looking for coins. I mean, I'm trying to keep an eye out for things that look suspicious, but most of my brain power, what little brain power I have, is focused on coins. Though I think we've found all the non-obvious ones. I think the rest are just kind of laid out along the path to the top. I wonder if that Mole King is who I need to bring those big boots to. He seems I mean, it's really the only person I've met that has big feet, right? I don't recall any of his dialogue being like, "Give me boots, please." The only other person that's really wanted something from me was the snake, and he doesn't even have feet at all. That jump is too terrifying. How many coins do I have? I have 16. Which would seem to me that I'm on track. I think there are 3 in the water area. do a time check because my eyes are getting dry and heavy. I don't want to call it quits. But my stamina is a finite resource. No! Ah, the last jump! Why is it always the last jump? Oh my goodness, Sark. One thing about this game, when you go into the water, and then when you come out of the water again, and it feels like everything is moving at lightning fast speed, I didn't think I would ever adjust to that. I didn't think I would ever adjust to the way the water just completely destroys all the feel I had for the game. It was unreal. The first 2 nights after I discovered it's devious. The first 2 nights after I discovered the water area, when I fell down below the water, I called it quits on the stream for the night because I said, "You know what? I don't have a feel for the normal movement, and if I try to play with a bad feel, I'm going to miss jumps and I'm going to lose progress." I said the smart thing to do is to just quit here, sleep, and reset, and play it again tomorrow. And that's what we did. I did that the first two nights, and the last night I didn't. The last night I kept playing even after I fell because I fell real early in the night, and then I don't remember. And then I think I got to the point where I knew the babe was close, so I was like, just gonna plow ahead and play with the bad feeling, trying to get used to it. But oh, it's so rough. It's so rough what the water does to you. No! Well, it wasn't that bad, and then it was that bad. If I overshoot and fall back into that pink area, I might rage quit. If I fall back into the pink area, I might wrap it up for the night. Just a heads up about that. Is this a free game? No, but it's pretty. You can usually get it on sale for pretty cheap. I think so it has the original game and there are 2 DLC for it, and I think the DLC are free. I think they're included when you buy the base game. Not 100% sure about that, but I think that was the case. Because I don't remember purchasing any DLC for it, and I somehow ended up with them. Oh, come on. Oh. It's pretty amazing how much anxiety. It's pretty amazing how much anxiety the human body is able to withstand. Oh my goodness. How can they make a game where the primary mechanic is so hard to control? I mean, there are lots of games that are kind of like that, right? Dr. Evil had an excuse. It was shoved through the machine to get something on the market. They literally didn't care about that game. Oh, Dr. Evil is the worst. I feel like I'm deteriorating. No, why? We were so close to being in the water area. If I had just made that, it was only a couple free jumps away. Oh. Oh. I may be in trouble. Six hours of Jump King may be my physical limit. But I don't want to quit when we're so close to having all these coins. Or when we've gotten so close. The worst part about the Dr. Evil game, so like those Austin Powers games on the Austin Powers games on the Game Boy Color, there's two of them. And they're virtually identical, except one of them is Austin themed and one of them is Dr. Evil themed. And it's just aesthetic differences that separate the two. In pretty much every regard, except for what is the main, the primary minigame of each one. The Austin theme game has a little platformer that is a reskin of a game called Reservoir Rat. And it's not good, but it's just a very, like, it's just a super mediocre platformer. You just wander around and pick up some items on each board and then move on to the next. And there's a couple boss fights. And it's very inoffensive. And then the Dr. Evil game has Dr. Evil Knievel, which is a reskin of Evil Knievel, and it's a janky motorbike game, and it's one of the worst things ever created. It's a real nightmare of an experience. that no one would ever want to be submitted to under pretty much any circumstances. And like, the worst thing about both games existing is that you just know that there's at least one pair of children out there whose parents got them those games. And one of them got one of them got the Austin game, and one of them got the Dr. Evil game. And if you're the child who got the Dr. Evil game, then there's I don't know how you look at your brother and don't say to yourself, "Well, I guess he's the favorite child." But mom and dad are clearly attempting to destroy me. I shudder to think for how many people out there in this world that story is that story is true. I thought I was going over that time. I thought that was it. I thought it was curtains. Oh, it hurts. Oh yeah, that game is definitely created by Dr. Evil. Jump King, please. Oh, I've done this so many times. I've done this so many times just in this little window here tonight. And I have blundered that last jump in every way humanly possible. I have followed every possible trajectory through the air around that jump. Uh, Many of them more than once. Hey, pale gray sky, welcome in. Pleasure to have you join us. We are jumping. A lot of jumping tonight. Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. That jump's supposed to be free. Oh. Alright, we made it to the water. This might be a blunder. We're okay. For now. We made it up here. We're up here for now. There's definitely still a high degree of peril. Oh, that was close. That was too much. That was basically a repeat of exactly what I did before. Oh, that was so close. This is definitely further than I've ever got. So I've played through this game. I know it says first playthrough, and that's not a lie, but it's also a joke because I've been playing this game for a real long time. I started up like 2 years ago. And then I was playing it very sporadically. I would play it for a long time. I would play it about once a week, but I would also take long breaks where I just wouldn't play it at all for several weeks in a row during that time too. And it was a long process. And I made progress, but I got stuck a whole lot too in all that time. And I just recently, last month, recommitted myself to the game, and I really dug in, and I started playing it every night for short bursts. So I was playing it for 2 hours every single night, and that really changed things for me. To play it regularly like that, I suddenly started getting a lot better at the game and making progress really consistently. And just last week, I beat the game for the first time, but there's sort of the funny thing about that is that I actually beat not the original game, but the DLC because fairly early on in my first playthrough, I got I got sidetracked onto a off the main course onto a DLC path, and I'm the kind of person who's really stubborn and really digs his heels in, even when it's against my own self-interest. And I stuck to that path until I beat it first. So when I beat the game, I still had the original game to go back and beat, and that's what we did tonight. I Tonight I started it up fresh, and I actually beat the original game in one sitting um, tonight. But a part of that is because to beat the DLC path, you do have to travel up a majority of the original game's path. So it's not like it was all new content all the way up or anything. Only about like maybe a third at the most of what I played tonight was new content. So it's not necessarily the achievement that it would sound like, but I'm still pretty happy to have done it. Don't get me wrong. I feel pretty proud of myself that I've beaten 2 paths in the game. And now there's one path left. There's a second DLC. That's our third path, and I actually don't know where that is in the game yet. I've got a couple ideas, but we're in exploration mode right now. I'm not really trying to get to the top to get to the babe. I'm trying to collect some coins to go buy an item to just figure some stuff out. So it's still just as stressful, though. Don't get me wrong. Uh, One of my biggest pet peeves in life as a whole is having to redo something I just did. So Jump King is designed to infuriate me. I mean, yeah, yeah. I can. I. It's hard. It's hard to have the patience that you need to endure what this game does to you. It is a. It is a special kind of torment. I do just kind of really love this game, though. I mean, I love the aesthetic of the game. I love the atmosphere. I love the simplicity of the concept and the high challenge that it presents. Right now, I'm on a mission to collect 19 coins, and I have 18, and I know where the last one is. It's just a few. It's just a couple screens up above me. So, and then after I do that, I've got to go all the way back down to the bottom to turn them in. And then I think I might have to climb back up this way. So I'm heavily into repeat what you just did mode. Because even if I do everything right, I'm gonna have to repeat everything I've just done. Usually that's just a special punishment for when you fail. I don't remember if this jump was free. Oh, it is. Alright, that's it. That's 19 coins. Now we erase all the progress. Played Cave Story. Got like 90 minutes in, and my save just deleted itself. Haven't played it again. I haven't actually played Cave Story, but I mean I've got similar stories for things that I've played. I've had times where I lose a save file and then I just don't have the heart to repeat it right away. All that work we just did to get up there. We did. We got all 19 silver. We've got ourselves a deal, pal. Just don't complain to me if they're too big. Oh, wow. So with these shoes, we can't walk at all. Giant boots. We can still jump, but we can't actually walk. Hmm. I had quite large boots. If you tried to walk in these, you would probably look stupid. Another nearly pointless item. Well, I'm not exactly sure. I know I don't want to wear them right now. The fact that there's something we can equip makes me really concerned that they are not something that I can trade for a useful item. Because my thought was maybe I would get those boots and I would give them to the Mole King and he would give me the key to that door. I still think I'm gonna try that. But I don't have a lot of hope. I think I'm grasping at straws now. Cave Story is fantastic for the record. I've heard that it's really good. And I actually bought a copy of it. I have it on the Switch, but I just haven't made the time for it yet. Someday though. I mean, I like playing games like these sort of retro style indie games. I'm definitely a fan of. I don't play nearly enough of them. Thank you for the follow, Pale Gray Sky. Very grateful to have you come on board with us. I don't know. I didn't experiment enough to see if they affect my jump. They might make you not jump as high, which would be another reason why I really would not want to wear them. They might make it easier to walk on ice because they're so heavy. Maybe I wouldn't slide very much on ice. That could be a benefit. If I'm wrong, if I can't give them to the Mole King, then I'll see about, I'll test them out on some ice later. How funny would it be if the giant boots caused me to permanently break some parts of the level? Oh. As long as it wasn't anywhere I needed to go back to. I would find it difficult to find the humor in soft locking myself. I don't want to intentionally go down to the Ice Palace if I don't have to, but I might end up falling down there by accident and having a reason to test the giant boots on ice anyway if that happens to me. The NPCs in this area are backseating something fierce. Successfully traveling up through this pink area twice in one night. It's gonna be a tall order. No! Oh, that little block there is the bane of my existence right now. So you can expect we'll be playing a lot of Jump King all this week coming up. We also need to work more on Jet Force Gemini, which is probably what we'll do tomorrow. Jump King and Jet Force Gemini. A few hours of each. I still need to go back to Ape Escape. I've been talking about that for a while. We finished the game, but there are mini games that I need to check out in that one that I haven't gotten around to. Some point I need to pick Splatterhouse 2 back up and finish our challenge in that I never finished. And I think that's it so far as like ongoing stuff that we're working on, so probably room on the schedule for one other thing, something new. I'm trying to go talk to the Mole King right now. He's up above me. I'm starting to feel really not great. Missing that jump hurts. I'm missing all kinds of simple jumps that I really shouldn't. That I really shouldn't miss. No. Why does that last jump have to be so hard? It's always the last jump. Sometimes it's the first jump. And sometimes it's one of the ones in between. But it's always the last jump. Thought that was going over. I was really hopeful that it just barely wouldn't, but... Oh no! What was that jump? What was that jump? Nope. I have spent more time. I have spent more time in this windy area. There are rooms in my own house where I've spent less time than I've spent in this windy area of this game. Before I go to bed, Frownie, would you like confirmation as to whether the second DLC can be accessed the same way as the first, or nah? Well, I think I'll pass tonight, Sark, on that knowledge. I think I'll decline because I'm about done for tonight anyway, so it won't really help me either way. So we'll keep the mystery alive a little longer. I do appreciate the offer. I do appreciate you looking out for me. But, you know, the sickness usually wins. I just can't bring myself to do what's best for me. But thank you very much. Thank you again for the raid. Always appreciate you coming in to join us. Sleep well and have a wonderful tomorrow, Sark. There is no rest for my weary soul. Why? Why? This jump isn't even a challenge. It's just failing to test my patience. There's no benefit to that not working from the game's perspective. I knew I was blundering that jump as I did it. I was like, oh, this didn't feel right. Oh my goodness. I thought I was going to miss both of those jumps. My heart hurt both times. What's your favorite color? Mine is green. All right. Well, our objective seems to not have been to bring the giant boots to the Mole King. These, it would appear, are required for somewhere else in the game. Where could it be? Where could it be that these need to go? I mean, there's a couple different options. Really, the only thing I can think of is to take them to the tower where the original babe is, that the like shaking tower, and just jump around in there to maybe knock something over. My thought is like kind of wear them everywhere to see if we can shake something loose somewhere. We were doing real well there for a long stretch. For a long stretch, we were doing real well. Oh, please, Frownie. No. Oh my goodness. Clearly I am falling apart. Right? There's just no excuse for some of these terrible jumps. Terrible jumps. Come on. The thing is, this thing here could just be nothing. Like, I imagine, like, I think of this as a door. But it looks like a symbol of a dragon. They could just be a meaningless decoration. I really thought I was going to overshoot my target. Oh, yuck. This was going very smoothly. I thought maybe if we got to the top, we could get some answers. I'm really good at landing on the one above and below the one I want to. uh. At least there are no spikes. Victory. Alright. So my thought was go ahead and finish the game for a second time in this direction. Because now what this will do is send us back to the menu and allow us to start an Other Babes quest with the other DLC selected, and ideally have our items roll over. And so I'll learn this way if that DLC can only be selected from the menu. And yeah, I'm gonna gain a lot. I'm gonna gain a lot more useful knowledge doing this, I think. Thank you for the GG, Angelus. So this now I've beat the game 3 times, but I still haven't finished it in the way I need to. It was still really tough. Frownie is out of control. We expect you to beat the game 3 times tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, I might not get to Jet Force Gemini after all. Alright, well that locks that in. Hey, look at that. Brought my PB down again. 2 hours and 2.5 hours. Not bad. Alright. We'll play this game again tomorrow night, my friends. We've had a night of tremendous successes with this. But we're gonna finish up here. Oh, we got a new follow. Thank you for that, my friend. I'll keep your identity a secret if you would prefer, but I'm very grateful to have you join us. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up tonight. My plan is to stream every night this week. We'll see if I make it every night, but hopefully every night. Start up around 11 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna start most nights with Jump King, but usually for only a couple hours. Not a giant marathon, all Jump King 7-hour stream every night. Usually just a couple hours at the beginning and something else in the second half. Plan for tomorrow is probably Jump King in the first half of the stream, Jet Force Gemini in the second half. That's what I'm leaning toward. Good night, Frownie. More accurately for you, good morning. See you later today. See you later today, Zergling. Thank you for being here with me. I'll send us out on a raid. If you'll stand by just a moment, my friends, I'll see who is live and what they're doing. I probably won't be able to join for much of the raid because it's very late for me, and also my tablet is dying, and I usually watch Twitch on mobile. Alright, I'm going to send us in the direction. Well, let me make sure they're not ending stream. The raid window is making me watch an ad. Come on, Twitch, what are you doing? Alright, I'm going to send this in the direction of Nordic Eden. Eden is playing Twilight Princess. Probably a first playthrough. Eden is like me, very anti-spoilers. So please be very careful not to give any information about the game away that she might not have learned for herself yet. Eden's stream is usually a bit louder and more high energy than ours is. So heads up about that. It might be a little loud on this direction. And not a strictly family-friendly stream. There is some adult language over here, but it's a very fun time. She does a mix of modern and retro stuff. And I think if you come along, you'll have good times. One of my most memorable things from watching Eden, she did a first playthrough of Zelda 2 on stream, and she defeated Dark Link at the end of the game without cheesing him. So few people can do that. It was amazing. But good night, my friends. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. I hope you are well until I get to see you again, and I hope that time comes real soon. But for now, for tonight, we're all out of stuff to do here. It's time to head out. Let's go on an adventure.